Stupid. Are you like a Sims character?
Yeah.
Hey baby. What's up everybody? Thank you for clicking on my video. Today I am going to be doing something that has taken me a minute to do. It's taken me some time to do because it's just been really hard to actually do it. What I'm doing today is repotting my Nebula plant. My husband's coming out in a second. I need his help to refill the pot with some soil. You come in. Say hi.
You need the soil.
Yeah, it's too heavy for me because I am with a child right now. So there you go. So it was heavy. Okay. What we're gonna be using is some Miracle Grow.
So you can like.
Let's see. How about you repot it for me while I finish my little intro? Not repot it, I'm sorry. You fill it up for me.
I refuse.
So let me see. So I got this pot for it. That was really cute. Like I got the materials for it a minute ago, but I just have been reluctant to do it because actually, you know, taking care of this plant just reminds me of what I lost, and it's been kind of hard, but it's been about 3 months now. July, was it 3 months? July, August, I don't know, 4 months. So it's been 4 months, and I finally gotten the courage to repot her. All right, this is pretty, isn't it? I think I got her from Lowe's where the pros go. Oh, booty shot, huh?
Oh. Oops. Got
it?
Been getting rain going on, man.
Alright. Thank you, baby.
No problem.
Baby.
No problem.
Alright. Now that the hubby has filled this pot up with some good mixing soil. Oh, baby. Don't leave the door open. Are you gonna let my baby out?
Quiet.
Baby. This is our puppy.
The violator.
Miss Ara. Miss Arawello. Alright. Well, the doggies are out playing, and the husband is inside taking a nap. I will be repotting my Nebula plant. I am able to finally speak about this without bursting into tears. Actually, I don't know, so we'll see. But yeah, Nebula was... I guess I can, as I'm doing this, I'll talk a little bit about her. That was my homie, y'all. I'm so mad. I think Kaiju, my other cat, bit off a piece of what was growing, because even though I have not watered this really, it still tries its best to grow. It's a beautiful thing, and you know, I really feel like I'm at this point where I can just work on my grieving, you know. Let me get some water real quick. So I got my water. Took off my wedding ring so I don't get it dirty.
Ain't it cute, y'all? You like it?
So first things first, was gonna make it. Ooh, can't bend over. I wonder if I can just go like this. Make like a hole for the plant. But yeah, so Nebula was my beautiful tuxedo cat. She was probably the prettiest cat that you would ever meet. She was the best cat that you'd probably ever meet. She has converted many of people who swore they did not like cats into being cat lovers because she was just the sweetest. She didn't bite you, she didn't scratch you because she didn't have time for that. Those were lowly things that pitiful cats do. My baby was a princess. I named her Nebula, not because of the Marvel character, which people ask me, or used to ask me. I named her that because she's the mother of all stars, as in where stars are born. So like, she's more than just a star. Well, she was more than just a star. She was the mother of all stars, where stars were born. My baby Nebula. She died of cancer. She was very just sudden, very sudden. She had bone cancer, stage 4 bone cancer. I believe it was an osteosarcoma. It started off as a limp, and this was back in July. She passed away July 10th. That's the day I had to put her down. But before that, we were technically we were homeless at the time. We sold our home, but we were in the process of looking for a new home. And we were moving around a bunch. I had her and Kaiju living with my mom in Virginia Beach for a minute as we were like trying to find a home. So we had like Caesar with us, our doggo that you met earlier. This was before we got Ara. And this should be deep enough. And we're moving around a lot. And I believe her limp first showed up when she was in Virginia Beach. My mom. Hi, baby. How'd you get scratches, honey? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You want to go back downstairs? Go hang out with Caesar? Go back. Go back downstairs and hang out with Big Brother. There you go. Where was I? So yeah, her limp. She had a limp in her back leg, and we took her to the vet for it. Now she was a floofy little baby. I'm just gonna take these off. These are old ones that grew but didn't get a chance to prosper because I did not take care of it. But yeah, she had a limp and we got her checked out. She was very floofy, so they didn't find anything. They thought it could have been like arthritis perhaps, so she was on like a painkiller for about a week, but the limp was still there. So they ended up taking an x-ray and they still didn't find anything. But I think after that, we brought her back again and she had to take a sedated x-ray. And this time when she took the sedated x-ray, that's when they found the lump in her leg. And, that was like extremely devastating for us because, it was basically the worst thing possible. I think at that point we weren't sure like what it could be. So we had to get a biopsy. And I think during that time, like at the vets, it's always like a waiting period. Like I make an appointment, but I can't get her in until like a week or 2 weeks, later. And at the time, like I said, she was in Virginia Beach. And luckily one of my best friends is a vet tech. And because I live in, or used to live in Richmond at the time. And I'm just going to saturate this. I want to make sure it's like a smooth transfer. This plant really needs this. It really has been holding on. So since she's in Virginia Beach, and her vet was in Richmond, and it's about 2 hours away from each other, like an hour 45. I was going back and forth. I would make her like, the same appointment at both vets because I wanted her to get in. So whichever was sooner, she would go to that one. And like there's cancellation, which there were a couple, which, was really nice. I was able to get her in. So when we got the biopsy back, I think before then it was like, okay, worst thing, we'll have to take off her leg. But if it spread, which is like the possible cancer at the time, I don't think we knew what it was. It's still we didn't, get the results from the biopsy yet. If it's cancer, we'd have to. If it spread, it's just not much we can do. I think the next option would have been chemotherapy. So I think she got the sedated x-ray. We saw that there was a lump. Then after that, we got her CT scan. The CT scan was to see if it had spread. And the CT scan showed that it did spread. And that was like one of the worst things. It spread to her abdomen, which is like really scary. Basically like the lung area. And when we got the biopsy back, that's when they told us it was stage 4, like bone cancer. Woo! So, yeah, I was, in the meantime, at work. Work was really tough. I don't work there anymore because it was just too much. But I was giving her morphine. You know, we're at the Candlewood Suites at this point. We had been at several Airbnbs and like hotels, and we were taking care of our younger cousin at the time. But I was giving her like morphine and stuff and just other medicines to make her feel better, but weight was declining. But yeah, she was losing weight. She was on an appetite stimulant. Usually this is more easier. Let's see. I'm gonna have to just dig her out. Hey mama, pretty girl. She had a visit, like a vet visit. I think that vet visit, I forget what it was for, but we brought her in and her vet, you know, basically told us the truth, the outcome. We can give her chemo, but it'll just make her comfortable. It's spread. It's a terrible, terrible, like, cancer, and there's not much we can do but say goodbye. And I didn't know that was the day, that was July 10th, that I have to say goodbye to her, but like her favorite thing would be to like sit on her back and like have her legs open. She just loved doing that, and that's something she couldn't do anymore her last couple of days. And you know, the doctor said to me, cats and animals, they don't think about like what they'll be doing in the next 5 years, the next 10 years. They just kind of, you know, look forward to the next day. Oh, this is like really stubborn. I don't know, I'm not able to get this out. What was I saying? Her doctor was like, no. There we go. Alright, please don't eat the dirt. Mama, please don't eat the dirt. Come on. Well, you can be there. Sorry. The doctor basically said, you know, animals don't look forward to like the next 5 years. They look forward to their daily routine that they get to do, you know, and for her, she just wasn't able to do the things that made her happy anymore, you know. She didn't have a good quality of life, and I wanted to keep her around, but I knew the best thing for her would be to let her go. And it was really tough for me. I got Nebula when I first moved to Richmond. I moved to Richmond for school. I graduated at VCU with my bachelor's in engineering, mechanical engineering. And my first year here, I was in a pretty shitty roommate situation to the point where I went to jail. Let me know if you want a story time about that, because that was fucking crazy. I probably will do a story time about that, because that was just ridiculous. But yeah, I went to jail. I was able to get out of jail because I was like, I just wasn't supposed to be there. I didn't do anything. I promise that I really didn't do anything. It was just this crazy ass fucking roommate. But when I got out, I got Nebula, and she was always there for me. She was only 5 years old when she passed away, so she really wasn't here for that long, which made it really hard as well. Just made everything feel unfair, because she was so young, you know, and she was just healthy until she wasn't. And I got her at a pretty low time in my life, and she was my girl. She was my girl. She was so perfect. She was always there for me. Like, when I felt like I had no one or was really sad, my fur baby would come to me, my Nebula. She would always lay on my stomach, make dough on my belly, you know, knead her dough. And it was really hard. It was really hard when she passed away. And it just felt so unfair. And the sad thing is, I don't even say sad thing or anything, but like a month before she passed away, you know, she was fine. We were trying to get pregnant, and I completely booked what I called an obfuscation where it was a relaxing, like, you know, whole thing. I was tracking everything, so I knew when I was ovulating, but it didn't work. And the next, you know, cycle, this was happening with Nebula. You know, I was still testing my ovulation, but we weren't really trying, you know, because a lot was going on. But I ended up finding out I was pregnant 3 days after my baby passed. And it was really hard. It was really hard to celebrate my pregnancy because I lost him. And it was hard, really, the first trimester to celebrate my pregnancy because, like, I lost her. I wanted her to be in this house that we just bought. Like, we're so close to buying a new house at that point. But, you know, things happen for a reason, I guess. It's really sad. But when she passed away, my mom bought me this plant. It is a foxtail fern. She bought me this because Nebula had a really bushy tail and it reminded her of Nebula. And I actually do like it, even though Kaiju, our other cat, bit the tip of this one. He doesn't bite the other ones because they're spiky. And it's funny because it reminds me of Nebula's, like, spunky little spirit. She ain't let Kaiju punk her out. She'd always fight him back. So it's nice that I have a plant to represent her like that. But I wasn't able to write in my baby book, my baby journal that I got. I actually really wasn't able to write because the day after she died, I broke my hand. My hand's still kind of messed up from that, and then I found out I was pregnant. So I really couldn't write. I didn't really want to write in my pregnancy journal. It was hard to care for. It was hard to just water this plant without bursting into tears. Because, like I said, Nebula was always there for me. When I was sad, she would know. She would come up to me and just meow. And it's hard. It's really hard to, like, just living every day without her. And it was hard at the time because my coworkers were actually losing family members. And I just felt like I couldn't grieve the way I should be able to grieve because I'm like, well, he lost his grandmother. Why should I be crying about my cat? Comparing myself, which we shouldn't do. Like, my grief is my grief regardless. But I'm happy I was able to give this plant the respect that it deserves and repot her. Hopefully she'll grow big and strong now and continue to prosper. I'll try, I promise you, Nebula, to continue to take care of you. Mommy's sorry it had to end this way, but thank you for always being there for me. I also have to replace, it took me a while just to, I got to earn for her as well, and it took me a while just to even, I haven't opened it yet because in order to insert her picture in it, you gotta, like, open it. I haven't even done that yet, so I definitely need to. I'm going to do that. We drew some, actually I want to show you something. Well, before I show you, one of our exercises we had with our doula, because she knows that I was dealing with grief. She wanted to paint, do a painting exercise to, you know, help with our grief. So let me show you what Dexter and I painted. So we painted these. I painted this one, and Dexter painted this one. Nebula in the. This is like the exact kind of picture that I'm gonna put for her urn, and I'll show you guys that probably as I'm doing it, the process of that. I'm gonna have like a little area where her urn is. She can hang these photos and just like get back to saying good morning and hi to Nebula. Because honestly, that was hard to do, but I'm happy. I'm in a place now where I can think about her and talk about her candidly without feeling guilty, like I could have done more, you know. Mom, are you eating my plant? But yeah, I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but it's been hard for me. Sorry for the background noise if you hear anything. I have neighbors that were outside and stuff, so I'm gonna cut this video short. Not sure how long it is, but thanks for watching it. If you're grieving too, take your time. Everybody grieves in a different way. Don't be hard on yourself too much. I know it's hard. I definitely blame myself for everything, but time helps. The pain is still there, but just time helps, soothes it a little bit. I smile more now than I cry, I would say. So, I love you, Nebula. Thank you for everything. Bye, guys. Till next time.